Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your March the 17th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. If you need to reach me, feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com or leave a comment down below and I'll respond as soon as I see it. I promise. As soon as I see it, if I haven't responded, I haven't seen it. But as soon as I see it, I will respond. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. It is entitled Service is Spirituality in Action. When we engage in selfless service, we find that all of the principles we have come to love and learn are called upon. It isn't easy to get out of our own way, but that is precisely what frees us from our self-made prisons. Oh, it sounds so good. Living Clean, Chapter 3, Spirituality in Action. We hear a lot about the interpersonal difficulties that arose in that infamous NA business meeting. Perhaps too much is made of those times when there was too much talking or shouting and not enough listening, when fists flew or chairs were flung. Well, someone around here sure needs to practice some principles, we think. But sometimes the most pronounced ego in the room isn't in overtly sensitive newcomers or the revered old timers. Some tender soul who surely needs to practice unity, patience, and understanding. Sometimes the ego that's a ticking bomb is ours. We are the ones other members put on their resentment list and whose sponsors advise, pray for them. And being a sponsor will undoubtedly require practicing willingness, empathy, and acceptance. We worry that if we say, yes, I'll sponsor you, we'll mess them up worse. We're afraid of being too judgmental or not attentive enough, excuse me. What if they lie to us? What if they won't do what we suggest? What if they think we suck as a sponsor and break up with us? We want to deflect the request, but do it in an enlightened manner. You'll be better off with a sponsor who can get out of their own way. Instead, we agree because that's how we were taught, and that's how we want to live now. Frankly, no one among us is able to practice spiritual principles in all of our affairs every minute of every day from now until we are buried with the infinity medallion. But giving of ourselves, our time, energy, passion, and skills opens us up to endless opportunities to get out of our own way. Our character defects of selfishness takes a backseat to the spiritual principle of compassion for others. We practice serenity when we take someone through the 12 steps. Humility comes up too, and forgiveness. When someone we trust tells us the truth about how we behaved inappropriately in a business meeting. Today, I will take stock of the spiritual principles I'm practicing in my service commitments. If service is not currently part of my program, I'll practice accountability, participation, and discipline, and get on it. Moment of silence followed by the we version of serenity prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. That's a powerful meditation. You got to admit, wordy as it may be, it is powerful. How often we are so quick to point the finger at other people, gossip about their lack of spiritual principles. And really, it is more about ourselves, our intolerance, our temper, our resentment, right? Because what the next person does or doesn't do that I judge or don't like in the meeting or in the business meeting, or how well they do or do not carry their own service commitments. At the end of the day, anything anyone outside of myself does or doesn't do will only be used as an excuse for me to take the focus off of myself. I was going to say to be an excuse to not do what I need to do. And taking the focus off of myself is not something I need to do. But on a deeper level, I can use anything anyone does or doesn't do to distract from what I need to do for my own life. And it happens so quickly. A lot of times I don't even notice it. It can happen so quickly. I can go from being a participant in a meeting to being a judge in a meeting because I'm listening and I'm thinking, oh, they talked about this before, or they need to apply this. I heard that before. They're not even serious. They took the commitment for a year and they couldn't even give us 2 months, right? So it's very possible to shift from having a good spirit about something to just being a negative Nancy, right? I want to encourage you today to look at your own recovery, your own service commitments, and what spiritual principles, such as compassion for others, are you bringing to the table? And why not? You know, I work with a group of people that are consistently kind. At least that's what I see 8 hours out of the day. They are consistently kind to one another and the people they work with. They have adored me and poured so much kindness in my direction that it's almost unbelievable. It's almost too much to receive. Not that I question them, but on the inside, I realize that where I come from and the things that I have seen and the things that I am exposed to on a daily basis is not normal to see individuals or work with individuals that are kind, caring, and compassionate consistently. So I'm in a position of seeing the difference in how my mindset has been and what it's been exposed to compared to theirs. And I'm just full of gratitude that I have an opportunity to, one, observe this in action, this love, compassion, and concern in action on a daily basis. That I'm the recipient, even though times I have to convince myself that I deserve that it's okay to receive that. Because they operate in a manner that is very close to my heart. It's what I do, right? But I'm used to being the person that is giving, not receiving. Today, I want you to look at what are you bringing to the table, to the fellowship, to anyone in your life. When you're doing service, what is your mode of operation, right? What is your mode of operation? What is your mindset? And to start checking it and making sure that all of the things that you're judging about other people that you're not doing. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I will be talking to you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day on purpose.